Oh, sorry, that was a bit embarrassing. You just turned the wrong way. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Artie, and thank you for joining me this evening. And I am feeling super empowered this evening to have this fantastic chat with you. Good evening, Chrissy. Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself. So I've made a little bit of an effort. Not that I didn't make an effort yesterday, because I made a super effort yesterday. You just didn't see it. It was under my jumper. Because once again, I did something that was totally out of my comfort zone yesterday. And certainly out of my children's comfort zone. I actually took them to the opera. And it was amazing. It was amazing to be in this very grandiose environment. It was very exciting to be around these very cultured people, and everything was just very, I don't know, very refined and just quality. And the Sutton House was beautiful. And I really felt, yeah, this is really good for my children to be in such an unfamiliar environment, but that as they get older, they will never ever feel that they don't belong in this environment, or that it's unfamiliar, or that that they are not worthy of being in this environment. So I feel I did my job well yesterday. In more than one way. It was a lovely day yesterday, totally fulfilling in every way. And I've got mute on. Gosh, I'm so silly. I really cannot apologise enough. The technical staff here are really not very good. I think I'm actually going to have to think about giving them their P45s. It's me. I know it's me. So here I am this evening. I'm Anne-Marie. I'm a positivity clinical hypnotherapist, which means that I really dig deep to connect you back with your childhood happiness. That's what I do. I take you back to a place where life was free and easy, and you never had to worry too much about any decision you made, because you were really working from your inner soul, your initiative, that part of you that is always working for your greater good. And you do have that part. It's just that sometimes, unfortunately, as we get older, we tend to turn down our happiness button, and we tend to turn up our let's just fit in button, which can lead for a very boring life. And once you get back in touch with your inner child, you really start to experience life again through a child's eyes. And who didn't love it? Life as a child, carefree, easy, totally contented, really happy with a saucepan and a wooden spoon banging, whatever it is that made you happy as a child. It was very easy to obtain, and certainly didn't cost a lot of money. And that's really about being in tune and connected with really the best things in life, which are free. That is super wealth. So here we are this evening. I have a wonderful guest this evening. She is certainly very, very exotic. She is, she's a visionary. And the way that she described herself to me is she's someone that can tap into your unconscious mind. So very much like my good self. She's not a hypnotherapist, but she's certainly an alternative therapist. And look at these lovely, but it's so nice for you to join me, all people. She certainly has a unique way of rebalancing your inner self. And I can't see her up there at the moment. I'm going to have a look. She's going to obviously request for me to join me. But as you know, some of the ladies up there, Alexa and Sarah and Zoe, it's not always plain sailing when you do a live with another person. And she's actually been there while we've been practicing with, hello everybody, beautiful people. Hello, lovely, beautiful people. Hello, Ben. Hello, Amy. Ben, Amy, of course, Harry. And Alison. Good evening, Alison. Nice to meet you for the first time. Very lovely to see you. So she's going to be here in a second. But the one thing that I really wanted to share with you today, because, oh, she's here and she's going to be coming in very soon. She is. Before she comes, I really want you to think about, what can I get out of this evening that I am actually going to be able to action in my life tomorrow that is going to make a difference to my life thereafter? Because I love it when you come to these lives. I really do hope that I inspire you. I love the way that you engage. I love the way that you tell me what you're thinking and you ask questions. It's absolutely brilliant. But this is for you. And I really try to bring people from different backgrounds, different work backgrounds, different mindset backgrounds, so that you can ask them, well, what's it like for you? Because this should be a learning experience as well as a fun experience, because life is about learning, and learning is fun. Because when you know what you know, thank you. When you know what you know, you can be anybody. And there's some people out here this evening that I really want to inspire to know they have infinite power within, and every one of you up there inspires me in some way or another. What you have, I want. What I have, you want, and mixed together we are all one anyway. So shall I bring her in? Okay, I'm going to bring her in. So just bear with me with the technicalities, because you know how it works. Oh, she's actually not. Oh God, come on. She's not there for me to invite at the moment. So I think she has to send me a request. That's what she has to do. She has to send me a request. Oh, get that down. So, young lady, you know who you are waiting in the wings. Would you please send me a request to be in this wonderful video, and then I can share you with the rest of the world. Because you never know who's going to be watching. Maybe they're watching now, maybe they catch it on a replay, maybe they're watching from the other side of the world. We have viewers here from Thailand, we have viewers here from the Philippines, and we have viewers here from next door. So it's a lovely mixture of inspirational women. And while I'm on the subject of inspirational women, I have really had it laid on my heart that I really want to be able to create a space where lovely lady in the wings who is telling me I am waiting, you need to send me a request, because I've just looked and I can't send you a request. Good evening, Keisha. Beautiful Keisha. I love Keisha. Have you checked out Keisha's videos on how to put on your beautiful makeup? She is amazing. Alice in Women is here, pioneering the Essex girls along with Sarah and Alexa. Look, we've got all the Essex girls in the house. I hope you've been following the posts about the Global Empowerment Women's Summit, where we're going to create a space where all the powerful women of Essex will unite and create something amazing for the future. Because as we know, women are the future. Just checking if there's any men on. I don't think there is. Yes, women are the future. Women are the way forward. We are going to change the world. Ah, Elliot's just come on. I mean, what I meant by that, Elliot, was women plus a few very well-connected, conscious men. Conscious men. Not, yeah, see. So, my beautiful friend... Yes, I know, Elliot. I was just as you came on, I was thinking, I really must say that men make up they're half of the population, aren't they? So we can't do it without you. We just need you to work in harmony with us. Harmony. So where is my lovely guest this evening? Keisha. Keisha's been all right. Let me just check if she's here in the wings. Yes, she's here in the wings. I'm going to be bringing her to you. Oh, I think she's just. Oh, God. Gosh, not good. Now, young lady there she is. She's just requested to be in my video. Oh, I'm going to approve her. And we are going to keep our connection. We don't want any feedback. We just want a really good, strong connection so that me and you, my guest coming in, can connect with the rest of the viewers that we have out there and really give them some inspirational, transformational information that hopefully will empower them to lead the best lives possible. A life without limits. And boy, oh boy, she's coming in. I have been doing that the last couple of weeks. I tell you what, I feel like a Power Ranger at the moment. If I were a Power Ranger, what Power Ranger would I be? What colour would I be? Well, I'd certainly be, I wouldn't be a green Power Ranger. I know you think I'd be green because I love green. My house is green. I can't show you the rest because Grace has got all the decorations out and she's not put them away. So I'm showing you the nice half. I feel like a gold Power Ranger at the moment, actually. I feel super gold. I'm on the verge of stepping out of that state of where you feel uncomfortable in yourself because you know you're moving on. And, oh, shit, her connection failed. She was coming in. I saw her little button saying, adding. You'll have to send it again, my lovely. Yeah, so I'm on the edge of, how can I explain to you? And maybe you resonate with what I'm saying, okay? You know, when you feel uncomfortable about things and you get a certain, maybe you get butterflies in your stomach. I don't know how it is for you. Or maybe you get a feeling on your throat and you feel a bit congested. You don't quite feel yourself. And you're just going along and you're waiting for that moment of where you're waiting for something to show you why you're feeling so discombobulated. You're waiting for that aha moment. You go, oh, maybe someone tells you, oh, you know, you've just been offered a promotion for your job, and you go, aha, that's why I was feeling funny. Or, hello, good evening, Sean. We have the wonderful Sean with us this evening, who is actually a totally inspirational person all by himself. Sean, I would love for you to come on one day and share your story with the viewers, because you really are inspirational on a massive level. But those moments, and maybe they go on for not just days, but they go on for weeks, and you almost feel like you're in a limbo. It's almost to the point of where you feel something's not right. You're right. Something is not right. You are becoming the person that you actually were born to be, and take away all the limiting beliefs of your mother, of your father, of your boyfriend, of your husband or your wife, all of those people that are putting in and telling you you should be a certain way. You are getting to the point where you actually realize, you know what, I can't live my life for you anymore. I have to be true to me. And whether that means I lose you or you come along for the ride, I'm stepping out and I'm going to be me. That's the most uncomfortable journey that you'll ever make, because it does mean making sacrifices. But, you know, we come into this world alone, butt naked and alone. And that's the same way we go out. So we have to be true to ourselves. Right. My lovely lady in the wings, I've already sent your request to you. Okay, who's this lovely person who's Sari? Elliot Brown, sorry, got to go. Power to not just all the women that are watching and listening to the inspirational, I love Elliot, contributing to all the inspirational Anne-Marie Wickham, but to everyone, thank you, Elliot, and have an amazing and productive week, whatever you are doing. Pow, pow, Elliot says. That was lovely, wasn't it? It's nice that Elliot came along. Lovely young man. If you ever get to meet Elliot Brown, he really is the epitome of a gentleman. Very attractive young man. Tall, dark and handsome, everything that you dream for in a man, and just a very nice guy, actually, doing amazing things in his business. Now, I'm still trying to add my so thank you very much for coming, my lovely Lucy. Wow, Lucy, how are you? So lovely to see you here. I hope things are going really, really well for you and that you can be inspired this evening. Again, my lovely guest, her connection has failed this evening. I don't know what it is she's doing wrong. You know, should I tell you a little bit about her while we're waiting for her to come on in? Dr. Manjit Kaur. Okay, well, first of all, she just looks amazing in whatever she's wearing. She's just one of those really exotic looking people. She is a nutritionist and she's a mindset person. So she really is about, you know, digging deep into your subconscious mind. Good evening, my lovely Julie. I miss you, Julie. Oh, we've got some stories we could tell, haven't we? One of these days I'm going to get you on and I'm going to let them know the side of me before I became enlightened and conscious. And I have to tell you, young people out there, I think I might scare you a little bit because I was quite naughty. Not anymore. No, not all the time. So Dr. Manjit, she's a doctor of nutrition. She is going to enlighten us on how the choice of food is dictated by our emotions. And don't we all know that? Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to let you in. And I really don't, once I've approved you, Dr. Manjit, you then have to press the button. That's what you have to do to be able to get in. Okay, sorry, do bear with me, beautiful people. She's trying desperately to get in, but right. I know you're watching me live, sweetheart, but you need to be here with us. I'm going to invite you in myself. Can I see you up there? Right, let me do it this way. I've just pressed your little button because I can see you there. Right. And now I think because I've already invited you in, I know Sarah's up there in the background saying, oh, I feel your pain. Alexa's up in the corner thinking, oh, I feel your pain. They've all been through what you've been through, Manjeet. They feel you. And it seems like I'm saying the same thing every week, but it really is a case of you asked to come in my video, I approve you, and then you see down at the bottom, and I hope you're on your phone. Well, you must be because I've already seen you come on. And I hope that you're horizontal, not vertical, horizontal. And then when you see me, when you say ask to come on my video, I'm going to allow you, and then you have to press yes, I accept, and boom, you're here. Here is my beautiful angel child, Gracie. She's just finished the washing up. Cinders, I call her. She's just sneaked past. So, yes, that's right. She's got it. She's in. Oh, gosh. Sometimes I really feel like getting a job at Facebook so that I might know their inner workings of their mind, because we do this so often and we never ever seem to get it right. No, that's a limiting belief. We've got it right lots of times, but on this particular occasion, we are being challenged. We love a challenge, don't we? Because it just enables us to do more. Right, she's there. Now, look, you see, I'm not used to these. Aren't they beautiful? But I'm not used to them. So perhaps I'll use a pen. I know, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it, really? Because I feel like I've got, yes, she's here. I'm going to approve her. Now that I've approved her, you have to press something now, the green button. So you'll see me on a little icon, and it's in green, and you have to press that green button down the bottom. You can see it there where the little person is at the bottom. Press it and you will be in the video, boom, before you know it. Did you watch the video yesterday? The lady up in the right hand corner who's looking for inspiration, she really must go to the video yesterday from Zoe Hart, the DJ Zoe Hart, who gave some really powerful advice and really spoke from the heart about how she was thrown into a lot of different situations where she really just had to embrace being scared. You know, when I say to you, she did, just briefly, she did one gig at a club because she was forced, she kind of had the situation forced upon her. And from that one gig in that club, she became an international DJ throughout the world. And she didn't have any professional training, any DJ training at all. She'd just been practicing in her bedroom. But obviously it was an opportunity that she couldn't miss. How many of you have had just the biggest opportunity thrust upon you? You weren't prepared for it. Maybe you didn't even ask for it, but someone saw your light and someone saw how magnificent you were that you didn't even recognize yourself, and they gave you that opportunity. I wonder how many of you have done that before. And you know what they say? I've been doing a lot of reading lately, especially Dr. Joe Dispenza. He talks about the brain and how it functions. Oh my, I'm going to do another whole session on him because he's absolutely amazing. Yeah. But, you know, this Dr. Joe and other motivational speakers that I've listened to, do you know what they all say about successful people? And I know this to be true, not that I would put myself in the realms of successful on a level that they are, but what I do know that I do, that other successful people do, is if I ever get offered an opportunity, I don't know if I should tell you this because I'm rumbling myself, but if I ever get offered an opportunity, I always say yes. And I always worry about how I'm going to do it afterwards. Because if we try to come to the table perfect every time, what would we get done? Seriously, have you ever felt 100% competent and confident to do a job that challenges you, to a job that takes you out of your comfort zone? Have you really? Max, look, ND Max is here. If you knew, this is Max, who I used to sit in class to in Germany. She's watching us this evening. When I went to, there you go. That was one of my huge out of my comfort zones. I was living in London and I'd had enough of London. My eldest son was in secondary school, going to school on a bus where there were constant stories on the news about the Peckham boys stabbing the Catford boys on the bus on the school in the morning. And I just had enough, and I thought, I'm just not living like this anymore. And you know what I did? I made the decision there and then. And I said, that's it, I'm gone, I'm out. And I found my husband. He wasn't my husband at the time, but I found him a job in Germany, and I sent him out to Germany. I told him I had 3 jobs. I was Julie, who is my friend who was up there as well, I had a stewarding company, and I used to create big events that people used to come to, and I used to provide stewards for the events. And I had a teaching job, and I worked for social services. And I had 3 children, 2 of them under 2. And at that time, I was really making a lot of money because I had 3 businesses. And I decided, that's it, we're going. And I got him a job in Germany. I sent him out there to work for a year to get us a house, to get everything sorted. And then on the 21st of December 2005, I packed my house up, my whole house, lock, stock and barrel, and I moved to Germany. And if I tell you, talk about ultimate confidence, right? I want to inspire you here. On the 20th of December, I went to Lewisham Market to buy all my stuff. I took out 8,000 euros in the bank. I took out all of my savings, which came to £12,000. I had them all in my purse. Right? And we were going around Lewisham, and there were some not very nice people around Lewisham at that time, and they were professional thieves. And one of them, as I was in Marks and Spencer's getting some stuff for the journey to go to, we were emigrating the next day. One of them said to me, oh, can you reach that something for me up there? And me being the nice, kind person that I am, I said, sure. And I reached up, and as I reached up, she took my bag and she went. I can almost feel the tears now. When I tell you, I had the 2 children in the double pushchair. I had my son, Casey, was 11, and I realised my bag had gone. Do you recognise this moment? Has this ever happened to you? And my life just collapsed, absolutely collapsed in those seconds of thinking my whole bag, my whole savings, everything I've got has gone. The police station was over the road. We went over the road and we reported it, and I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't even get the words out. I was crying so much because I just didn't know what to do. Can you imagine this? One day before we were due to, I paid for everything, so that was fine. But this was our month's rent to start. It was just all the stuff we needed to, it was just our start. It was our start. And there was a part of me that was saying, is this a sign that you shouldn't go? And you know what we're like? Aren't many of us superstitious, and we think, yeah, that would be enough to make me say, no, that's it, I'm staying here. But I didn't have anything else here. All I had was my family, and my family were coming with me. So I wasn't leaving anything behind in England, apart from a lot of crime and living in London. So I said, no, I'm not going to give in. I just remember it all so clearly. So I had a really good friend, and his name was Brian. Julie, you might remember him, Brian. And I said to him, Brian, I really need you to help me. I need you to go up to Petty, you know, the place in where you get your passports, Petit Fleur in Victoria. So I told him, I need you to go and get the passports. I'm going to be here. And this was the next day. And our flight was about 1:30. And I sent him up in the morning, and he went to Petit Fleur's and he picked up our passports. And we had a taxi coming to pick the family up and the children to go to the airport. And he was cutting it so fine. And we had about maybe 40 minutes left, and he wasn't back here. The taxi was here already. I got the kids in the car. I got the suitcases in the car, but he hadn't come back with the passports. How are we going to go? He come back in the nick of time. In fact, he jumped into the taxi with us, and we all went off to Stansted Airport. And as I got out of the taxi, now our flight is due to fly. And you know what Ryan's scare are like. They do not let you on if you're late at all. German wings, they don't let you on. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was trying to get the bags out of the car. The 2 kids, they were both under 2. And the cab driver said, just go and just go and give them your passports. Because if you give them your passports, then you're in. And I didn't know this man. He was just a taxi man. I had to leave my kids. Do I leave my kids? Is he going to steal my children? I must go and get the passports. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine? And I said to the guy, can I trust you? And he said, yes, you can trust me. So I ran, I slapped the passports on the table. I said, I'm here. She went, oh, you're a little bit. I said, listen, this is it for me. I got the kids. I haven't even got the kids out of the car. She went, oh, go on, love. She took the passports. I ran back. I got the kids out of the car. Casey was getting the babies in the pushchair, and we grabbed them, we ran, and we made, oh my gosh, we made it onto the flight. Oh my, this was the start to my new life in Germany. So when I tell you, I know about stepping into ultimate confidence without any backup, without any plan, without any reassurance that life is going to be okay. I've done it, right? And that's not the first time. That's one of many times that I've done it in my life. But you know what, that keeps me always going, that makes me know that I'm doing it for the right reasons? Listen, there is a lady up there. There is a lady up there in that top row. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because, young lady, I know this is your moment. From the moment I met you, I knew you were amazing. And you blow me away with your order. She's very orderly. I'm going to quiet because she's just an amazing person. And is that Julie there? Oh yes, I am. Oh gosh, I can't even see through tears. I'm so sorry. Do talk amongst yourselves. And you took German class, right? There's Nadia. And that was the second thing that I'd done was amazing. Okay, so fast forward to me actually getting to Germany and actually making a life in Germany. I went to Germany. I didn't speak any German. I had a few German classes with my friends, not with my friends, with my children, but it doesn't really train you for living in another country. And I had to go and learn how to speak German. And I had to go to German day classes. And Nadia, who's up here now, she sat next to me in class. Now she's French. It was easy for her. It was easy for you, Nadia. I'm English. You know what English are like. We don't ever learn a language until we really have to. And I copied her. I'm sorry, Nads. I copied everything. I copied. Do you know what? I remember the German teacher. He was so hunky. He was really, do you remember, Nads? He was actually good looking. And I think the only reason why I really learnt German well is because I did fancy him a little bit. I can say that now because I'm not married anymore. Ha ha. But not that I did anything about it, but yeah, I did fancy him a little bit. I'm just telling you this story because Nads, you know, but when I think about these things, they just bring back all the emotion and the memories of how brave I've been in my life. And I just implore any one of you that is faced with a situation where you think, can I do it? Let me ask you a question. If you don't do it, what's going to change in your life today? Absolutely nothing. And what do we all do this for? We do this thing called life to really live it, to know that we appreciate this gift of life that we have and that we give our all in every way, to know that we've appreciated the opportunity. There's so many others have taken away very early, or that are debilitated or disabled in some way. We are so blessed that we have a duty to live it to the best of our ability. Now, thank you, Ned. Manji, every time that you're pressing, ladies, I've got to cut this a little bit because I really need you to help poor Dr. Manji get on this live. She sends me the request and I'm accepting her. Then what do? I've not been on the receiving end. She's doing it again. Now, she has to press the green button afterwards, right? Is that right, Sarah? I'm going to approve her. Oh, no, it's done that. I don't like it when it does that. Okay, let's just... Right. Thank you, Nads. You know what? I'm not a strong woman on my own. I'm a strong... Right, I'm adding you. Now, I think it's down to you now, Dr. Manji. You have to press something so that you can come on in. It's your green button. Look, Sarah's got her green button on and Nads has got her green button on. Alexa hasn't got a green button on, but Dr. Manji, you should most definitely have your green button on and then you will be able to come into the video. That's all that's stopping you, my darling. That's all that's stopping you. So, the strength that we have as women. Now, Elliot's gone. So I'm telling every single one of you, if you can go to hospital and have a baby, knowing that you're going to come out the other side holding your beautiful baby and have absolute assurance that you're going to do that, then You know what? Think of this obstacle or opportunity, your choice how you view it or how you speak it. But if you view it as an obstacle, just always imagine you're going to come out the other side fulfilled. Because I truly believe that you are never, ever given more than what you are able to deal with. Never. Okay, Sarah. Dr. Manjeet, this is for you. Sarah says she should get a notification and needs to accept. Is that in Messenger or is that still in Facebook, Sarah? You should get a notification and you need to accept. I had to have my phone portrait and then turn it landscape. Very, very good advice, Dr. Manjeet. You may have to have your phone portrait, accept, and then Sarah, no notification. Sarah, no notification. Oh, you're reading too. Maybe if you turn it portrait, then you'll get your notification. Right, are you ready to, in Facebook? Right, your notification should come in Facebook. Keep it portrait, accept it, and then turn it landscape. I'm going to accept you and invite you now. Here you are. I've just approved you. Oh, watch these clumsy fingers. Come on. How am I not able to approve you now? Right, I've approved you. I can see it says adding. Portrait, accept, landscape. Oh, it's a little dance there. Portrait, accept, landscape. Portrait, accept, landscape. I look very tropical this evening, don't I, with all the trees in the background? So, I hope that I have inspired any young ladies out there in the audience that are thinking that they might even want to be using that word that I've actually banned from my house, which I can only spell it because it's like the word Macbeth. If I said, yes, portrait, yes, Manjeet. If I say this word 3 times, it's, my daughter told me this the other day, it's a Shakespeare play, Macbeth. If you say that 3 times, it, good. If you say it 3 times, the whole house blows up. So I can't say, I said it. I just said it. I'm going to spell it. C-A-N-T. And now you could get in real bad trouble if you spelt that wrong. But it's C-A-N-T. If anybody was feeling that they felt that word this evening, you just need to eradicate that from your vocabulary. And if you're finding trouble, come to me. I will hypnotize you. And you know what I will do? I will take out those words in your vocabulary that hold you back. So do you remember from my last live? Does anybody remember what those words were? Do you listen or do you just pander to me? There was C-A-N-T. There was W-I. Oh no, T-R-Y. Do you remember that one? And there was S-H-O-U-L-D. These are all words that we're not allowed to say anymore. In fact, I'm going to put them on my door and say these words are barred because we don't have disempowering words in my house. We only have empowering because you know what? We are magnificent, infinite creatures and we are capable of Dr. Joe Disbrania. I must get his proper name. I'll put it in the links below. You've got to listen to this guy. He's absolutely amazing. And you know what? He tells us that we have magnificent energy that we never even connect with. We use 5% of our brains, right? And how we know that is, you know, that moment. Have you ever experienced that moment when maybe your child goes missing and all of a sudden you turn into I've had this. You're turning to Superwoman. You've got extrasensory perception. You can see everything. You can hear everything. You can see things from miles away. Your ears become super tuned to your child's voice. And Nancy's saying that she's amazed that we only use 5% of her brain because she can't even remember her lunch. Hold on, one more time. Matthew, hello Matthew. Is that the children watching? Getting no green button, Dr. Manjeet. I'm going to try you one more time, my lovely. Did you do it in portrait? Oh, there you go. That's it. That's all I can do, my lovely. I'm accepting you every time, so you have to look. Right, Sarah, can you just explain to Dr. Manjeet, how is she? Look, your button's just gone off, Sarah. How did you do that? your ups come back on. So you've got a plan there. You know how to turn that green button on and off. Could you advise my lovely Dr. Manjeet how she gets that green button on? Because I'm sure she has to have that green button on in order for her to be able to be accepted. Am I right? I don't know. Mr. Zuckerberg, if you're watching, of course he's watching. Could you? Yes, darling. Yes. Yeah, do that. Ask to be in my video. Yeah, look, Sarah's going to try for you, Dr. Manjeet. And yes, if she can get on, then I know. Right, I'm going to approve her now. Can't bring Sarah on. There's always someone. There's already somebody in the broadcast. Dr. Manjeet's in the broadcast. She's coming in. I think she's worked out the green button. 5, 4, 3. Connection failed. Your green light's not on. Your green light's not on. I've just sent a request. Okay. I think I can get you in now because, oh, look, don't do that. Do you know, Sarah, since I've had these lovely super nails, I haven't been able to do a thing. I'm right now, I need to be marrying a millionaire because it's only when you're a millionaire that you can have nails like this. Green button is next to the comment. I love this family, this Facebook community where everybody helps each other out. You got it, Dr. Manjeet?
Right, it's working. Ah. It works. Not that you want to say May. I've got our kids with me.
Well done. Well done.
I can't hear you though.
Oh, am I on? It's going to do this.
No, hold on.
Are we there? Are we there?
I can, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's got
yeah, you're intermittent, interfering.
Right.
Let me get out. Let me come out, and then I can tell Manjeet what to do.
Yeah, let me see.
They're in bed.
Oh.
They're asleep. They're all in bed.
Okay, come out.
Right.
Wow, isn't it just so live? Aren't we just so pioneering women here? We are changing the face of Facebook. But and that's Sarah with her lovely 3 children, 2 of which I coach, and I'm having a session with all 3 of them. I think next week we are having an assertiveness session. How exciting will that be? Oh, I love it when I work with the children. They're so much fun. They tell you about yourself. Yeah, if you really want a true opinion about what you look like when you're going out in the evening, never ask your husband, always ask your children. They will tell you, yeah mum, your bum does look really big in that, and ooh, are you really wearing that? Oh, is it a fancy dress? Yeah, they'll tell you. Whereas your husband, because he loves you and he knows that if he says the right thing, that later when you come home you might be really extra nice to him, will tell you, yes, you look amazing, darling. No, your bottom doesn't look big. Right, okay, here we are. Sarah, Dr. Manjeet, you have a tutorial down on your left-hand side of which Sarah has now given you instructions on how you can join the live this evening. So that's perfect. The wonderful, the illuminous, the illuminating Mr. Adam Stott is with us. Welcome, Adam. I miss you. Manjeet, I did Facebook Live last Thursday. All went well. Oh, gosh, is it me? All right. Did you read the instructions that Sarah... I just had Sarah on. Did you see Sarah? She was there. Admittedly, there was some feedback. Anyway, whilst I wait for you to work that out and you send me another request so that I can let you in, because now you know, there you are. There she is. We actually don't have much time now. We've got 20 minutes left. This is going to be a super 20 minutes. This could be the moment where Dr. Manjeet Kaur revolutionises Facebook and overrides they're trying to restrict her. They're trying to control what she's giving out to the world because she's just going to amaze everybody, but we're not going to allow them to. We're going to bring her in. She's going to share. I really hope she's going to share. But there's no buts. She's coming. So, ladies, I'm glad that I've been able to share a couple of inspirational stories for you, and they are absolutely true. Every single one of those stories is true. And when I say to you that I've got to go, keep going, my friend. You have, yes, I did see Sarah. Okay, you've seen Sarah. Good. Nads, it was really lovely for you to join us. Thank you so much. What a blessing. Come back to me another time. Let's do some messenger and reconnect with ourselves, because I think I'm due a trip to Paris. Are you still in Paris? I really do think I'm due a trip to Paris to do wonderful, beautiful things. So yes, thank you for joining me this evening. It'd be lovely to see you again. Wow, it's got to be 12 years. 12 years. Wow, time does fly quick. See you soon. Bye, Nads. We are still here. We have the lovely Dr. Manji waiting in the wings to share her wonderful insights into how nutrition can change your life, and also how you can dig deep into your subconscious mind to enable you and empower yourself to be the person that you truly are born to be. And I know that every single one of those ladies up there is already a fantastic beacon for that. And what I find most inspiring is that, you know, we are actually stronger than we think in so many ways. If you were to look at the life that you live and the amount of tasks that you have to do in any one given day, from being a counsellor, a mediator, a chef, a negotiator, a manager, you know, secretary, PA, nurse, all of those jobs that you do without thinking, they are just autopilot for you. Okay, when you think about those roles, if I said to you that if I were to put a job description down for any one of those roles that you do on a daily basis, and I said to you, you need to go and do all of those 6 jobs tomorrow within a space of 6 hours, would you say yes? If I said to you, are you capable of filling every one of those responsibilities and accountabilities for the next 6 hours, would you say yes? I don't think you would, because you would think ICANT. But actually, when you stop thinking and you start doing, you will be amazed at what you can achieve. So, and also, you know, what, you know, how is your life going to move on? You know, because the reason why, when you're thinking to yourself, I can say the word now because we know it's it will just, I'll bleep it out afterwards, but the reason why we think we can't sometimes is because that's our body's natural response to you trying to do something different that it doesn't feel comfortable with. It's like, whoa, hold on. No, I don't want to do that. I know how to do scared. I know how to do shy. I know how to do being in my comfort zone. That's all really, really easy. And I would go into this in great detail because I've been actually reading a lot about it. You know, you can actually become addicted to your own thoughts, because your thoughts, when you put them into place, when you think certain things that are comfortable for you, it releases a contentment hormone, which is actually addictive. It's almost like the kids on their phones, on endorphins. They do something, it feels nice, they think, oh yeah, I'll do that again. Do something, feels nice, okay, I'll do that again. Even when it gets to the point of it doesn't feel nice anymore, it's what your body already knows, and your body likes to be comfortable with what it already knows. And so if you want to do something outside of your comfort zone, your body is going to react in the worst possible way, because it doesn't know what's coming, and furthermore, it doesn't know how to deal with it. So its immediate reaction is to shut you down, and that's what your limiting beliefs are. You can't, you're rubbish, you'll never be able to do this, she'll do it better than you, you're going to look a fool, why would you even want to do that, you're happy where you are, aren't you safe, don't you feel nice? All of those limiting thoughts are your body's way of trying to trick you, rude body, into doing what you've always done. But, and I know this because I've been suffering from it for the last 2 weeks. You know, everything I'm doing right now is out of my comfort zone. Even this, to begin with, was really out of my comfort zone. I started doing Facebook Lives 2 years ago, and I used to do them, practice, and then redo them. And I just didn't have enough. I didn't have enough memory in my phone. That's what stopped me doing that. Again, isn't it? It's always the way. Necessity is the mother of invention. Have you heard that before? And what that tells you is that when you have to do something, you don't think about, I can't, you know, if there was the lady who a vehicle rolled back onto her child. Her child was bent down to get something in the road, and it rolled back onto her child, and the child's foot was stuck under the wheel. And you know, if anyone had said to that lady, could you just go and pick a car up outside, show us how strong you are, she would have said no. However, when your child's foot's under that, she didn't think, can I? She just went. She didn't care about her because you know what? Her fear of losing her child was bigger than her fear of not being able to lift up the car. Yeah, she went to her comfort zone, and her comfort zone was, I love my baby. And she went and she picked that car up, dragged the kid out. And everyone was like, wow, she's Superwoman. No, she's tapping into the 5% of her brain, the 95% that we don't use. Oh, gosh. No. Oh, hello. Listen to this. Nad said, no, darling, she's not in Paris, darling. That was silly. She's not in Paris. She's in the south of France. I love it. Next to Spain. You are welcome anytime. So I'm booking 2 weeks off next year, people. Shall I tell you now? It's probably going to be south of France. I mean, come on. How beautiful is the south of France? I'm there. Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm. It's always lovely when you join me. Lovely to see you, my beautiful friend. Who's this? Manjit, honey, I cannot see an invite from you. It's very, very... Right, I saw that invite. Do it again. You just did it, and then it went. And then it went. Do another one, sweetheart. Actually, I'm going to do you. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, she's gone. She's just gone. Abracadabra, alakazam. Jade, good evening. Good evening, Jade, beautiful Jade. How's your lovely baby? Malcolm, what a lovely thing to say. Kisses to you, thank you. Elaine Blake Ellis, who sounds like a superstar from Dynasty, is watching. I love that. That's just like Carrington Crystal Blair. Are you a princess? I imagine you being a princess of some sort. I want to come and work for you. Who else have we got? Alima. Alima's back from... I'm following you, Alima. I think you're back from San Francisco or New York, where you went with the JT gang, hanging out in that super suave big house. I was at cocktails. I saw people on lounges being beautiful and wonderful, and I just thought, why didn't Alima invite me along to be her caddy or her sous chef or something that I could create a name for? Right, here she is, Manjeet. I'm adding her. I think it's fingers crossed. I can't see the green button on, so I don't know what you're doing differently to what Sarah's doing, but Sarah has a green button, and that's why she was able to come on. I've already added you. I know you're here. You need to stop being there, and you need to be here. So, anybody else? Please send invite to me, honey. I have done lots of times. You're adding as we speak. Isn't this? I don't know why it does this for some people and not for others. It's very, very unkind. Very unkind. And I do have a coaching session in 12 minutes for a very, very important lady. So I'm not going to be able to stay on for longer than that. What am I doing for the rest of the week? Tomorrow I'm going for a wonderful, my first Christmas dinner of the month. Really excited. How many women? 25 and one man. One man. I do hope he dresses up as Santa Claus, and I am going to be wearing my Lady Santa outfit, and I will be singing Santa baby, put a little tree for me. I'll be singing that to him, and he's going to be inundated, isn't he? 25 men. Malcolm, would you like that to be you? Would you like to have a little Santa baby sitting on your lap singing that? I bet you would, Malcolm. But he's going to be there. I don't know who he is actually, but we are there. Well, one down, I think we are now. One down. We were 25. I think we're one down. And I just might have to have double helpings. But I'm sure Sarah will help me. And I'm sure that Holly, isn't it nice to have a name like Holly at Christmas? Every time everyone says your name, they're just smiling because it's like, Holly. It doesn't really work in summer. Anyway, yes, please. I know. I would like the same. I would like to have 24 Santa boys. Santa boys? Santa boys. Ooh, Santa boys. Does that, I'm not sure if that sounds sexy or not. Santa boys. Santa men. What was I thinking? Santa guys. Santa guys. I'm back. Sorry. I just had a diddle-do moment. Sorry, it's gone. Right. For the last time, I'm going to invite the beautiful, the wonderful, the probably very frustrated Manji. I still can't see your green button on, and I bet you see, look, Malcolm's got his green button on. I could actually bring him on. You've got to have your green button on before I can invite you. And I really don't understand why. How have you got your green button on? And even when he's on the left, Manjeet, he's got his green button on. He's got his green button on up there, and he's got it on down here. How comes, Malcolm? Share your secret of the green button, please, to poor Manjeet, who's desperately trying to get on and enlighten and empower all of you lovely young ladies and young Santa guy this evening. Do you like that? Santa guys and Santa girls. I've had a really nice time this evening. It's been a fantastic week, actually, and so many good things to come as well. What else have I got going on this week? Look, I know this is strange, but it's even more strange because I think it's because I don't know. I actually don't know. I could offer wisdom, words of wisdom, but I would just be pretending because I know you have to have your green light on. Shall I see if I can get young Malcolm there on with his green light? Malcolm, are you dressed? Malcolm, are you dressed? Oh, I didn't know that. Look, I didn't know if you press on them, you like them. Oh no, that wasn't right. No. Now Malcolm's being shy because I've said I'm going to invite him in, but I think he might be wearing his, maybe he's got his Santa girl outfit on, or Santa guy outfit on, I don't know. Looking forward to our Christmas dinner tomorrow. I don't do Christmas dinner, actually. I don't cook Christmas dinner at home because my children won't eat it. They just say it's really, really boring food. And they make me do jerk chicken, rice and peas, which is not very Christmassy, but I do it with roast potatoes. I kind of mix it's kind of like the West Indian sort of, the West Indian British persuasion, I like to call it. The Jarastafari British mix. Yeah, and then we do have Christmas pudding. Although I have got a Christmas pudding in there that's been in there 2 years. Is it still okay to eat? 2 years? Don't they mature? Or am I really taking liberties with 2 years? Anyway, as I said, my darlings, it is 20:53, and I do have a young even if you can come on and say good night, that would be perfect. But I already know because I can't see your green light. And right, listen, I'm going to try Malcolm. Look, bring Malcolm on camera. Look, watch this. Oh, okay, no, Malcolm, it wouldn't happen. Your moment of your claim to fame was so close, and then it said I can't bring someone else on because Manjeet is trying to get on. But Manjeet, you can't come on if you don't have your green button on. That's Sarah, how did you get your green button on? Because you had it on for a long time, but now you don't have it on at all. I think you might be upstairs putting the children to bed. Anyway, it's been wonderful speaking with you all, hopefully giving you some inspirational words of wisdom, really encouraging you to step into your ultimate confidence, recognise your own grace, your own greatness, embrace change, because, you know, be the change that you want to see, be the role model that your children look up to, be the one that can tell them from your own personal advice, yeah, I did that once, I was totally out of my comfort zone, but let me tell you, the other side was miraculous, amazing, and everything that I dreamed it would be. And once you've done it, the good thing about challenging yourself and becoming uncomfortable is once you've done it once, you keep on wanting to do it. That's what they call ambition. Yeah, and if it goes wrong, as sometimes these things are prone to do, then you learn and you go forward and you do it next time. That's what we call wisdom. So you have two very powerful words there, ambition and wisdom, that you can step into, because either way, whatever you do, you're still moving forward. And isn't that what we all strive for in life? To be more than what we were the day before. I know that's what I strive for. Oh, what happened? Quite something happened there. I just saw somebody lovely. Did you enter did you enter to watch the live via your notifications on Facebook? Dr. Manjik, did you get that? Josine, I wondered who that glamour puss was up there in the corner. That absolute glamour puss. She's done it by messenger. Yeah. You've got to enter by your notifications. That's what it's all about. Good night, Malcolm. Love to you. Thank you very much. See you again. Good night. Yes, you're there. And, oh my gosh, this is so sad because the irony is she's going to come in this time because she's got a green button on. And she's actually, oh dear, I feel happy.
Mamma mia. What a struggle, honey.
Oh, wow. And we
Oh,
have a connection.
just couldn't get you through, honey. And you said,
Oh,
there we are. Finally
but do you
got
know what,
through. It just went
Dr. Man,
ping.
but you know what's really good about this? You know exactly what to do next week.
Honey, I did everything. I just heard a ping and I did the green button and here we are.
Yeah, that's what you had to do. You had to accept. You had to come into Facebook via your Facebook notifications. That's what you did differently this time.
I went to Facebook Messenger.
And the notifications, you came through via the notifications. That's why your green button came on. But no matter, we know exactly what to do next week because I can't stay on now because I've actually got a client at 9. I've got a coaching session at 9 o'clock. We've been on since 8, my darling. And you've
I
been
know.
so...
What a struggle, honey. What a struggle.
But
Oh.
let me say, you look beautiful.
Well, so do you.
You
Shame
know,
that we can't share our feelings and what we wanted to talk about. And,
you know what? We've got 15 minutes. We've got 15 minutes.
Okay, let's go.
Right.
15 minutes.
Wow, look, we're freewheeling. We don't care. We're just wild and reckless, aren't we, Dr. Manjit? Dr. Manjit, beautiful name, beautiful lady. Please tell us more about your beautiful life. Where have you been? What have you been doing? And what's brought you here this evening?
Oh, what's brought me here? You inspired me to come into your show and talk about something. And something that was very passionate to me was about how our emotions are connected with our brain and our choice of food. And I know we are just talking at the right month of the year, how people are actually going to be putting on about a quarter stone to about half a stone of weight. With lots of naughty foods and lots of foods that will say, oh, I'll eat it now and I'll burn it tomorrow. And what is going to sell the most on the 1st of January, 2nd of January is going to be the gym. And a lot of, a lot of resolutions are going to come up and I'm going to lose weight and people are going to be adding in 100 pounds to go to the gym and probably go for a week and forget about it. But what I wanted to share was, thought and action. These two things first take place and then it's saying, oh, wow, I think I'll have this pudding today and I'll burn it out tomorrow. It doesn't happen because that will actually add on your pounds and ounces to your hips. And we women have a structure that everything goes down below.
Yes.
So really to be present and to be optimistic, and then whatever your thoughts are, whatever your feelings are, that takes you on to your action. And then on the conscious mind, the guilt factor steps in, doesn't it? And then you feel guilty of making that choice. But from back home, we used to have humble food, and when there were any celebrations, I'm actually from Kenya. Born in Kenya.
From Kenya?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Nairobi. Yeah, Nairobi, Kenya.
So you're here in England?
No, Nairobi, Kenya. But food was humble. And if we did have apple and grapes, that was the best novelty that we had because it was the most expensive fruit from 15 pounds of my father's earnings. Literally, it used to be like 15 pounds a kilo, So you can imagine how much we appreciated simplicity in our life. But then, we were still so healthy. We never knew what was depression. We never knew, what was bullying. We all lived in unity and harmony. and world, and school was great, and competition. We thrived on competition. We took action to get better. If somebody got 99, we must try to get 100 out of 100 the next time, and that was the competition we gelled on. And that is what I did for sports as well. Even in sports, it was always to encounter and get the best out of myself. And, I never knew how to lose. When I did lose, I cried like a baby. And that was, after 7 years of reigning in championship and having trophies of long, short, wide, angled, and badminton and lawn tennis and table tennis and netball and volleyball and hockey and swimming. All these things actually, make you a better person. Sports actually makes you stronger to achieve your
Good for the
goals.
brain. Yeah, and also there's a lot of research that's connected to physical work being an antidote to depression and being linked to better mental health.
Certainly.
Physical health being
Yeah.
better to mental health. But let me just ask you, Dr. Manjeet, when we speak next week, will you be giving us some tips on how we can throughout this Christmas season?
Yes,
Because
indeed.
right now more than ever, all of our sort of rules and self-imposed rules tend to go out of the window.
Yes.
Because we're trying to have fun. How can you make keeping an eye on your weight part of the fun of Christmas? How can you do that? Because that's what people think that they're missing out. They get FOMO. Oh my gosh, everyone's having a good time eating, drinking, and doing all this. And if I'm not, then I'm not having I'm not having a good time. How can you make it fun so that we want to do it? And do you see what I mean? We connect.
The first thing is probably to alkalize, have plenty of lemon water the day before or the morning of your event or your festive day. And then really have a little bit more lemon just before the meal and probably after the meal. If you have stomach ulcers, then I wouldn't suggest lemon or a quarter teaspoon of soda bicarbonate to alkalize all the foods that are going to be acid, all the sugars that are going to be acid, everything that's going to be, adding on those ounces. Because when food is acid, it then becomes, or with sugar, it's dead calories that actually adds on pounds and ounces to our body. But try to start having lemon now, very simple. Apple cider vinegar for those people who have just tuned in. Probably half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. Always start gentle. The idea is never jump in. Somebody like me can have 2 or 3 lemons first thing in the morning. I don't mind. If I'm in hot country, I'll have anything up to 20 lemons in a day. I will actually juice 20 lemons a day.
The juice of
the
20
purest
lemons?
Juice, honey, yeah. The actual juice of a lemon. It's the best thing you can do and the best alkalizer. So everything in Christmas time is going to be bad combination, lots of sugars, lots of carbs. And to burn that off, then just start drinking your lemon water now, alkalize yourself. It is also a fat burner. And also try to have, having cold water, I know it's winter, actually helps you lose weight. Because your body has to burn those calories to actually heat that water. Yeah. And then really, like I said, soda bicarbonate for sure will help to alkalize you. So these are just a few words of wisdom. And for people who can take in apple cider vinegar, some good brand, we won't name any brands.
A teaspoon in the first thing in the morning. Is it a teaspoon first thing in the morning, or is it a teaspoon before each meal?
What's
lemon? The best? The apple cider.
No, probably about maybe a couple of hours before your meal. Yeah. Or first thing in the morning, and a soda bicarbonate last thing before bedtime. Those will be really good to alkalize yourself and making the right choices. So maybe next week we'll be talking about making the right choices and sticking on to some foods that won't be adding in pounds and ounces to your body weight. So I think what we need to do is just get that damn button. It just went ping, and that's when I found you.
And for everybody to get your questions together, because that will be really, really helpful. If you've got some worries about your weight over the Christmas period, I know I have. I'm going to be thinking about the questions that I'm going to be asking because, Dr. Manjeet, tell everybody what you do for a living.
I'm a practitioner in alternative medicine. I work a lot with the gut and the colon. which is one of the main AA centers, relay centers from where food in the small intestine is digested and from the large is excreted. But everything in the solar plexus, in the belly button, is your signal to your brain to say, oh, I could murder that cheesecake, you know. But if you control yourself and say, I'll have a teaspoon of that cheesecake and I'll probably go out for a power walk the next morning and burn it out, then yes, you can do some naughty things. But as a practitioner, I'm also an acupuncturist and also do juice and diet. So all my patients actually leave with some sort of information of what they can implement in their lifestyle to change. I look at their weaknesses and I look at their favorite foods and their naughty foods and guide them accordingly. And guess what they do
Yeah,
after that consultation? The first thing they do is a stopover at the shops, at a store to get the food that I've recommended. And they begin to
yeah.
see that change once that's implemented. But next week, Hold Your Reins will be giving some more, sharing some more things, and some machine that most people will have in their closets. I'm sure they're going to bring it out, in
Yeah,
the after our good chat, and start using that just coming on the festive weeks to come. Yeah.
yeah, and we certainly need it. So you've come along just at the right time, to be fair. I'm really, really glad. In fact, next week we'll divine intervention. Next week will probably serve us better than this week, because we know this is the first, it's the start of the month, but now the shops have just got a campaign to get you fat from now. You know,
Sweetheart,
in
they are
even in your
conditioning your mind. Everything is conditioning your mind. The first thing you walk in, you see those donuts and you see those cookies, and but try to
well,
go.
everything's in such abundance now. You know, normally throughout the year you don't get the quality street tins, but now you've got quality street, you've got the all the different roses, you've got all
Yes.
the different boxes,
Mhm.
massive boxes. Again, it's this FOMO, it's this fear of everyone's having a good time, and that includes all of these things except for me. I feel like I'm being Ebenezer Scrooge. And really it's about training your mindset to realize that actually you're being really good to yourself, you're
Yes.
giving yourself the of health
Yes.
rather than taking
Yes.
away. You're not missing out, you're actually giving, you're
Like I
adding to.
like I told you, it's
And
your thought and your feelings that make you have take over the action. And if you then
yeah,
stand there, but never, one more secret is don't go on an empty stomach. Go on a full stomach
yeah,
to do shopping, and you'll first go for vegetables and savories rather than sugar. If you ever go on an empty stomach, whoa, you're going to be murdering and piling up all the bad foods into your trolley, and that's not going to help you on your conscious mind, and then your subconscious mind will be the guilt factor. But then the food is there at home, and then you got to make sure that you got to eat it or bin it. But do remember,
yeah,
1/3 of the food that people and most households are going to buy is going to go in the bin. It's sad because we tend to buy that of 2 for 1, or two for a price of three.
yeah.
And this is everything that the stores are playing with your mind. Try to control and saying, if I'm saving 30 pence, do I really need to buy 3 boxes of quality streets, or will I be
Yeah.
passing them on? So go be kind to yourself. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually it's £2 for £9 instead of £5.50 each, and like, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
I only want one. I don't, and I don't need to
Exactly.
spend an
Yeah. Do it with
£4.50.
wisdom. Do it with
Saving.
thought. Yeah, be
Mm,
wise, be wise, and be kind to your
right,
purse as well. Be kind to your body, be kind to your
yeah,
hips.
because
Be kind to
I like that.
yourself and be kind to your teeth. You know, uh,
Yes,
the
absolutely.
the amount of sugar
Yeah,
that's going to be invaded into our system, and the way teeth are going to rot, over weeks and months to come. And then we'll be
yeah.
spending a lot more
I
on
try
trying to.
what I try to keep in my mind is that advert of where there's this beautiful girl and she's coming in and it's the evening. She looks so glamorous. She's got this gold dress on. She's really slim and lovely. And then she turns around and she turns around, she smiles,
The
and she's
teeth are
got like
decayed.
two,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
remember that advert. And her
yeah,
hero comes
like,
in with her box of chocolates and leaves them on the table. And then
yeah,
you see the decay on the teeth with a smile. Yes, I do remember that.
yeah,
It's really, yeah, in the
yeah,
mind.
very
Yeah,
powerful. That's what we keep in my mind.
yeah.
Because what lady would smile and then, have that look at her back in the mirror? That's just not a look.
Mm.
But on that lovely note, Dr. Manjeet, I'm so happy that you came on. I'm even happier that you're coming back and that we know exactly how we're going to operate next week. But for now, we're going to have to leave everybody. So please, could
Yeah.
just one word of advice that you could give to our viewers up there till next week, please?
Is food combining is something we're going to be looking at. And that will mean that the food that you will make at home or for your festive day or your family get together, if it's well combined, then it should not cause you indigestion. What is the most things that sell on the festive day of the 25th and the 26th morning is Alka-Zester, Hartmann, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and everything
yeah,
that's got to do with indigestion, burping, belching, blanching, everything, flatulence, those are the things that sell the most. So, in fact, people start buying a packet extra knowing that they're going to graze. I would say don't
yeah,
graze, enjoy things in small portions. And leave something and some room in your stomach for the next day. We've got this brain that can tell us when to stop. It's only a
yeah.
cow that will probably chew all day. As you see, a cow is always chewing and their jaws are always working. But we've got this power, this intuition in our mind to say, look, I can have a smaller portion now
Yeah.
and I'll save that for the next meal, some room for the next meal. Always leave some room. But I guess it's
Thank you.
the season that makes people go pretty naughty with their choices. Yeah.
So if you don't want to be buying extra packets of Alka-Seltzer and grazing like a cow over Christmas, tune in next week. And can I just say, you know where I am, essex-hypnotherapist.com or annemariespeaker.com, and we speak on all these different types of subjects. We speak to lots of different people. If you feel you've got a fantastic story that you might like to share about your ultimate confidence, then you can direct message me as well, and we can have a chat about that, because lots of people will be inspired by you.
Yeah.
So for this evening, thank you for your time,
Thank you,
thank you
honey.
for your engagement.
Yeah.
And have a wonderful week. And you
Yeah.
too, Dr. Manjeet.
Thank you. Anybody wants to check me out on Facebook, Manjit Kaur. Okay, honey.
Put all our details in the comments below.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Got a
Thank you.
connection at last. Thank you, honey. Ciao. Good night. Good night.